Now, what is NFIA? It refers to the difference between factor income received from the rest of the world and factor income paid to the rest of the world. So, factor income received from abroad and factor income paid to abroad. Okay. Now, factor income from abroad, it is the income earned by the normal residents of a country from the rest of the world, ROW, in the form of wages, salaries, rent, interest, dividend and earnings. Now, factor income to abroad is the factor income paid to the normal residents of other countries for their factor services within the economic territory. Now, when from abroad, that means we are rendering services, we are giving services to abroad, we are earning money. And when we are providing them, that means they are providing services to us within our economic territory, and thus we are paying them. Okay. Now, what is the significance of NFIA? Now, NFIA, whenever you will do national income sum, you will see you are subtracting the net factor income. Okay. Now, NFIA helps us to differentiate between domestic income and national income. It helps us to differentiate between domestic income and national income. Now, when we are taking out national income, it is equal to domestic income plus factor income from abroad minus factor income to abroad. Difference between this factor income from abroad and factor income to abroad means subtracting these two values, factor income from abroad and factor income to abroad. Subtracting these two values, we get NFIA. Now, when this NFIA, by subtracting these two values, when we are getting NFIA, net factor income, we are adding it to the domestic income. By adding the domestic income to the net factor income, we are getting the national income. So, how we are getting net factor income? By subtracting factor income from abroad and factor income to abroad. Okay, we are getting net factor income. By adding net factor income to the domestic income, we are getting national income. So, significance of NFIA is it helps us to differentiate between domestic income and national income. Now, NFIA can be positive, negative and zero. NFIA is positive when income earned from abroad is more than the income paid to abroad. NFIA is negative when income earned from abroad is less than income paid to abroad. NFIA is zero when income earned from abroad is when income from abroad is equal to income paid to abroad. Okay. So again I am repeating, if the income earned from abroad, that means we are providing services, we are earning. If that earning is more than the services provided by them, okay, if that earning is more than the income that we are getting from the services provided to them by us, if that income is more than the income earned by them, then NFIA is positive. NFIA is negative when income earned from abroad, that is income earned by us, is less than the income we are paying to them. NFIA is zero when both of it is equal, that is income earned by us and income earned by them both are equal, then NFIA is zero. What are the components of NFIA? Net compensation of employees, net income from property, net retained earnings. Now, net compensation of employees means it refers to the difference between income from works received by the resident workers living or employed abroad for less than 1 year and similar payments made to the non-resident workers staying or employed within the domestic territory of the country for less than 1 year. Net income from property, it refers to difference between income earned from property in the form of rent, interest received by the residents of the country and similar payments made to the non-residents. Net retained earnings, it refers to difference between retained earnings of resident companies located abroad and retained earnings of non-resident companies located within the domestic territory. First thing, if some Indian working abroad, then what he is earning, that will come under net compensation of employees. Moreover, if any non-resident Indian has come from abroad and is working in our country, that is included in this net compensation of employees. Moreover, difference between retained earnings of resident companies means if any company which is located abroad and is earning there, Indian company, that will be counted, and any other foreign company located in India and earning, that will be included in the net retained earnings. Net income from property means difference between income from property, that is rent, interest, etc., received by residents of the country, and similar payments when we are making to the non-residents. Okay, hope it is clear. So by this we come to the end of the next, that is basic concepts of national income chapter. Now only one chapter is left. In national income, the sums chapter is left. I will provide you the formulas of the sums, the three method, that is income method, expenditure method, and value added method. This three method formula I will be providing you, but the sums I will do as the school reopens. Okay. If I say of the chapter, only one chapter is left. That is only one group in macroeconomics is left after national income, that is determination of income and employment, which is a fully graphical chapter and is a very, very important chapter. Okay, so this determination of income and employment and this measurement of national income, this I will do after the school reopens, this graphical chapter. Measurement of national income, I will provide you the formulas, okay, but the sums will be done after the school reopens. Okay, basic concepts, national income first part, that is circular flow, and the basic concepts we have completed today. Okay, left is only the measurement chapter. Okay, next week we will be moving to the Indian economics. Okay, thank you.